The 2025 Rugby Premiership season comes to an end, and we have victors and we have runners-up. However, we have both sets of fans here to tell us how their season was, and of course, we shall go with the victors first, because to the victors goes the spoils. David Irabajiza, the #1 Pirates fan, how was your season?
A Tausi-filled season, a season filled with success. The season started, a bit slow. I think I remember in the first games that we had, I personally had quite a number of frustrations with my goat, William Corey. His kicking was quite terrible in that he would even fail to find touch. But that, faded away as the season did go on. He did manage to find his boot and find the waves that can collect us those points. And Pirates has put in quite a solid shift, despite the loss and comeback that we had to go through when we did face Cobs. We witnessed the team, pick up the spoils and stand up to rise up to the occasion and take the final again.
Yeah, of course, we are going to begin on that very note of Cobs. You lost to Cobs in the last minute. They lost to Cobs in the last minute. How would you wrap up your season beginning with that loss to Cobs?
One thing I can say is the boys have been training and working hard together as a team. As Hippos, you realize, much as we've lost this game in particular, you realize that these boys have been trying very much to make sure that every time they make mistakes on the pitch. Remember, the first game we lost was the Pirates game here. It was full of a lot of stupid errors. We made some weird errors that really caused us to end up losing the game. But then the boys went back. Sometimes when players overplay, others need to be rested. I think as a fan, I would say one of the things that we need to work on could be improving on our squad depth, making sure some players need to rest when they need to rest. The season has been not so bad for us. Finishing number 3 or number 2 overall, playing the finals and finish. Actually, we are in position number 2 because we beat Cobs. We went and covered up all the points they were beating us with. I mean, there've been a lot of improvement in the boys. We as fans made sure we go down, sit down with the players, engage with them, ask them where the problems were. Sometimes as fans, we need to motivate the players. We had a very hard game with Cobs, the one you talked of. We lost in the last minute. But if you remember that game very well, it was in the last play. It was some technical or tactical mistake where we had substitutes being made into the team at a time where you expected the game to be well managed. I want to be sincere. Sometimes we need some serious game management in such tough games, because perhaps this particular game we had a lot of opportunities. We had 70% of winning the game, but due to some tactical and technical errors, man, you end up losing the game. But I want to promise you, these are boys that have been together, they've worked together. No one expected an up-country team to come and get into finals and beating all the Kampala teams. I can assure you, next season we are coming back better and we shall beat whoever crosses our minds. Because remember, last time it was in the semi-finals, this is why we were dropped. Now this season we come into the finals. What would you expect out of such a team that is consistent?
Yeah, of course, you talk about the tactical, the technical, and obviously you played the semi-finals last year. You lost to the Pirates in the semi-finals. You've played the finals this year. You've lost to the Pirates again, and now maybe possibly you'll face the Pirates again next year in the final, because the way only goes up. But allow me to take this question to the Pirates in the room. You've played them in the semis last year, you've beaten them. You've played them in the finals, you've beaten them. What if they come back next year?
Well, as a Stanbic Black Pirates, we always be ready. It's not the first time we are facing Hippos. We've faced them quite a number of times, and one way or the other there is lose to us. Today the best scrum allegedly did meet the best scrum. So at the moment they are the second best scrum in the country. Perhaps what we also need to take note of is the fact that despite the fact that we may say you have the best scrum, at the end of the 80 minutes we need to see that you're still the best scrum. But that is where again Pirates bench did come in. The mere fact that we have quite some good squad depth We did see Didi Ruweza, coming to hold the scrum. They really did hold the scrum for quite some time. And then the bench just came in just, to wrap it up. So squad depth, like he said, is quite important. But one thing that you have to acknowledge is that Hippos is taking quite some huge strides. They are not the team that you might have known back then, the team that would concede close to 100 and more points.
David, allow me cut you off. David, allow me cut you off. Otandi sokuisa we bibyo. Jangu tuogede, toduka, jangu tuogede. Back to you, Blatter. Blatter, of course, he talks about Hippos claiming that they have the best scrum in the country. Then putting on this display, he says Didi came back and called that scrum. But apart from, of course, we all agree that you have a very strong scrum. Apart from your scrum, what is the plan B? You didn't seem to have a plan B today. What is the plan B?
No, no. Our backline was okay. If you look at the 80 minutes, because I think what costed us in this particular game was a game plan. Our game plan was 80 minutes. And unfortunately, we missed some kicks that led us to not to win the game in time. Had we converted all the kicks that we had, probably we missed like 2. You remember very well. And then by the time we had those kicks, we were the ones dominating the game. The game was a bit 50-50, but then we were into their half. There is no way you can say a team like Hippos, which played you 20 minutes in your half, minus crossing the center, is a weak team. So one thing I can assure the likes of the rest of the teams, this is a team that has come from the source, that is distributing rugby, that is trying to show Uganda that rugby is a game beyond Kampala. Rugby is a game that is growing very fast, and you remember the history of rugby is ginger. Rugby began in ginger, and any day from now, you will see rugby going back to ginger, and ginger teams will come and win these trophies. Because wait for next year, probably we might even end up having 2 teams from the East playing in the finals.
All right. I have Blatter, I have David. They're both from the Pirates. The season is done. Pirates has won. But maybe both of you. No, he's from Pirates. You're from Ginger Hippos, as you are smartly clad in your Ginger Hippos apparel. But maybe from both of you, you can tell us about your season ahead. What are you looking forward to next season? And of course, you already have the trophy, so I'll begin with the man who needs to clean his house. What are you looking forward to next season?
We are looking forward to managing the same players. We have to maintain the same team. And perhaps we may end up adding in some new faces. Because if you look at what cost us really was lacking, probably the bench. The bench could not come onto the pitch to change the game. And tactically, you realize that if we go sit back and revise what we have to do, and we have some new players. You are talking of the scrum. It is true. We have the best scrum. It is not us who say. It is the people that say Hippos has a very strong what? A very strong scrum. The rugby fraternity. What you saw in the first game, he's talking of Didi. Didi could not even manage 80 minutes of the game because he got frustrated and they just had to put him off. There is no way you bring a player to manage a scrum that he cannot play for over 80 minutes. That is a weak player. You cannot consider him the best team in the scrum.
You're no longer talking about your next season.
No.
But now let us get to the Pirates. Whose player you're talking about? Let us get to the Pirates next season. What next? What is the Pirates' plan to retain the trophy and maybe win more trophies?
Maybe let me just first clear just 2 things. The first one, we agree that rugby did start in Ginger, but it did find a home in Boyogere. Secondly, I want you to also know that you cannot blame us for having squad depth. Go back and do your homework. You can't come and tell us that Didi is a weak man. Like you had said anyway, they couldn't get past the 80 minutes. That was their game plan. And today, rugby turned out to be a game of 110 minutes.
So let's get to next season.
But to next season, first, before we even skip to the next season, I want to say that we are going first completely clean it up by also taking the 7s. That you can be certain that the Stanbic Black Pirates are going to take the 7s. And then once we switch to the next season.
Can we please get that again? My producer, please zoom in on him. He says that the Black Pirates are going to win the 7th season. The Black Pirates are going to win the 7th season. So please, look over there and confirm that you're going to win the 7th.
maybe let me
The camera is over there.
maybe let me put it this way. The Uganda Rugby Union might as well bring the trophy for the Sevens today and just keep it in our trophy cabin. I promise you, the Stanbic Black Pirates are going to take the Sevens as well. But to speak about next season, of course, we just have to do more of the same. We just have to make sure we maintain the boys that we have while we are, of course, channeling out, more young boys into the squad. I think you've seen quite a number of them rise up to, the game and play. You've seen some of them even make the final. You've seen the Brandon Kebas all come up to play the finals. So we are just going to do more of the same, maybe add in a face or two. And I think it was the last trophy that we won. Ivan Magomi actually did make a statement that many people didn't pay attention to. He said, we actually have a very young squad and it's going to dominate for a while. We are here to dominate.
All right, Ivan Magomo talked about a very young squad, according to David, and also David makes mention of adding a new faces. We hope the new faces are coming from the Sailors. David promised they're coming from the Sailors.
From the Sailors and Impies.
No. No. All right. So we are going to do one word. You're going to tell him one word. I'm going to tell you one word. And just in a wrap-up, you're going to tell him just one word, and he's going to tell you one word. And let us keep it PG-18, please.
You see, Pirates is a very weak team, I would say. Because for them to be a strong team, they will have to buy players. And with the Hippos, it's a very strong team. Because for us to have a good team, we have to recruit from our reserve team.
Thank you for keeping the one word under one word. One word.
Thank you. First of all, I'm very shocked that the likes of Bakasa Policy have been in Hippos, reserves. Like it's quite shocking for him to say that Hippos does not sign, but you cross the country to actually sign. But nevertheless, what I wanted to actually say to him is, I think you put up a better show than any other team that I felt we would have met on the finals. They're big boys, I agree, and you have a lot of good things coming your way. You just have to stay focused and just keep building onto what you have, really. Yeah.
All right, thank you. So that is a wrap for the 2025 Rugby 15th season. The Pirates have been crowned champions, and the Ginger Hippos have come runners-up, and they have did very well. So to both teams, thank you very much. Well fought, well won. And to all the other teams in the league, see you next season. Thank you.